Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how to make gluten-free chocolate pistachio loaf cake. This has become one of my favorite cakes ever. Maybe because I'm a serious pistachio lover and chocolate too, of course. This cake is soft and it's fluffy and it's swirled with a rich chocolate batter and a nutty, real pistachio flavor, just like the Starbucks version, but I bet you this is 1,000 times better. So let's get into it and I'll show you how to make it. First, I'm going to make some pistachio paste from scratch, but you can certainly buy pure pistachio paste instead. This is the brand of pistachios I'm using. Make sure they're raw. I dumped the entire bag onto my sheet tray and I'll roast them at 250 F for 45 minutes. So while that's happening, I'll whisk together the dry ingredients first, and this is 1 1/4 cups or 175 grams of Kim's gluten-free all-purpose flour blend. And I'll add to that a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And I'll just whisk this together and set it aside. And now for the chocolate mixture. I've already melted 55 grams of semi-sweet chocolate in the microwave at like 30-second intervals. And I'll add to that 3 tablespoons or 45 grams of room temperature sour cream. It is very important that you use room temperature or it won't mix into the chocolate. The chocolate will seize slightly and you'll be left with little bits of hardened chocolate. And now I'll set this aside. My pistachios are done roasting. I'll start processing them in my food processor. Make sure your food processor or blender can handle something like this. What I'm doing is I'm letting the pistachios process on high for like 5 minutes. And then I stop the mixer, scrape down everything. And that also allows the food processor just a little bit of recovery time so the motor doesn't burn up. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes of total processing time and we are finally there. Again, if you don't want to do this part, you can always use a store-bought pistachio paste. Onto the base vanilla cake batter. I'll cream together a 1/2 cup or 113 grams of softened butter and 1 1/2 cups or 300 grams of granulated sugar until light and fluffy. Just a couple of minutes is all it needs. And I'll add in about a tablespoon or so of vanilla bean paste, or you can use vanilla extract. I just happen to have this paste, and just about a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. Almond is always something that brings out the pistachio flavor really, really well. I'll go ahead and add in my eggs one at a time. I have 3 room temperature large eggs. It's very important that all your ingredients are room temperature. Let one disappear into the batter before adding the next one. And I'll once again stop and scrape down the sides and bottom. Sometimes this action of stopping and scraping down the sides, especially the bottom in a KitchenAid stand mixer, can be the difference between a great cake and a not so great cake. Now I'll add in 1 cup or 240 grams of sour cream, also at room temperature. And this is what makes the cake so moist. Now I'll go ahead and just dump the whole amount of dry ingredients in there all at once. And then pulse it on and off. And then let it go for about just 20 seconds. Not really that long because we won't be done mixing it. So first I want to measure out 335 grams of this batter into a smaller bowl. I'll add my chocolate mixture to this and just stir it up. And with the rest of this batter, we'll add in our 1/4 cup or 60 grams of pistachio paste, along with another 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract and a tablespoon of additional flour, and that weighs out to about 9 grams. And then this is optional, but I like to add a little bright green color to mine. And this is AmeriColor Gel Food Coloring in Electric Green. Just a little squeeze is really all you need. If you're using liquid coloring, you may need just a little bit more. All right, now to assemble and bake. I have my 8.5 by 4.5 inch loaf pan here that I've lined with parchment, and I use these little clips. And I like to start with a layer of the pistachio on the bottom, and then I put a layer of chocolate and spread this out as best I can. You can also alternate scoops of the batter, like with a cookie scoop. I just found that this worked the best. When I was testing this recipe, I think I made it at least 10 times, maybe more. And each time I alternated scoops. And then finally, when I got the batter and the baking correct, I decided just to try one time layering it, and that 10th time was the charm. Everyone in my family kept saying, "You're making that again, just give it up already." And if you know me, I'll never do that. I will never give up on a recipe. I have a couple of tablespoons of pistachios left over, but I'm spritzing them with a little bit of water just to get them wet, so I can sprinkle about a teaspoon or two of sugar, give or take, on them, and then the sugar will actually stick to them. I just have maybe a teaspoon of chilled butter that I've sliced into like slivers, and I'm piecing them together to create a line down the middle. And I'll add my coated pistachios to either side, and I'm going to bake this at 325 Fahrenheit for an hour and 15 to an hour and 30 minutes, or until a skewer inserted into the center comes out clean or with just a few moist crumbs attached. Allow the cake to cool in the pan for 30 minutes before removing it to a wire rack to cool completely. This cake will settle slightly, just like pound cake often does, so it's important to note that this is completely normal. And I gotta say, y'all, the 10 times and a few months of testing this recipe, they were so worth it. This cake is just everything, y'all. Those chocolate ribbons surrounded by all the pistachio cake. Now I see why that Dubai chocolate trend is such a lasting one. Chocolate and pistachio were just meant to be together. It's a dense cake, but in a good way, like a pound cake. And do not skip on those crunchy pistachios on top. They add just a nice textural contrast to the soft and moist cake. I really hope you get a chance to make this cake, and I hope you love it as much as I did. Enjoy!